Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. We begin with news just in. A KwaZulu-Natal police officer has handed himself over to the Hawks. It's suspected he was involved in the murder of a crime intelligence official last week. Constable Sibonelo Ngidi was shot dead after being confronted by a suspect who had blocked off a road in Marion Hill, west of Durban. It's understood the suspect was urinating when Ngidi, who was off duty at the time, requested that he move his vehicle so he could pass. The suspect allegedly approached Ngidi's vehicle and shot him several times, Oren Singh reports.
A police officer attached to Operational Response Services handed himself over to Hawks detectives in Durban today in relation to the murder of 29-year-old crime intelligence officer Sibonelo Ngidi. KZN Hawks spokesperson Simpiwe Mhlongo confirmed the suspect had evaded arrest yesterday and handed himself over earlier today. Police launched a manhunt to find Ngidi's killers after he was shot several times on Friday evening in Marion Hill, west of Durban. Despite Ngidi's passenger driving him to a nearby hospital, he succumbed to his injuries, having sustained several gunshot wounds to his upper body. The suspect has been charged with murder and will appear in court on Monday. Arun Singh, Eyewitness News.
Police Minister Senzo Mchunu has told members of Parliament's ad hoc committee that he was of sober mind when he issued the directive to disband the political killings task team. Mchunu is continuing to give evidence before the committee today. The committee is probing allegations of police corruption. He emphasized his reasons for disbanding the task team, saying he received several complaints about the team and concerns that it was flouting the country's public finance legislation. Babalondenze reports.
Senzo Mchunu's first day of testimony focused mainly on the allegedly illegal directive to disband the task team. Today, he questioned why the police had to deal with a task team that only focuses on a minority of cases and not the entire country. Responding to evidence leader advocate Norman Arendse, Mchunu says he drafted the letter to disband the task team on New Year's Eve personally after careful consideration, and he takes full responsibility.
I don't want to leave any doubts. Yes, in terms of who wrote the letter and why was the letter written. I therefore take full responsibility.
No, that's exactly why you're here.
Yes.
Because the committee is holding you to account.
Even assure you that I was sober when I wrote this letter.
Mchunu said the task team's disbanding was not unique and that he issued a similar directive to disband the police inspectorate. Babalondenze, Eyewitness News, Parliament.
Former Road Accident Fund CEO Collins Letswalo has questioned the authority of Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts to conduct an inquiry into the financial affairs of the agency. Letswalo says he believes SCOPA is the wrong committee for this undertaking and that instead it should be Parliament's Transport Portfolio Committee that should take on the task. In correspondence to the committee, Letswalo says it's unclear why he is being requested to appear as a witness and to respond to allegations about the management of the fund during his tenure. Lindsay Dentlinger has more.
In his latest letter to SCOPA, a day before it began its inquiry, Collins Letswalo has cast doubt on the legality of the inquiry, saying it failed to consult with the Transport Committee first. He also says that public statements made by SCOPA chairperson Zongezo Zibi suggest that the committee has already come to a conclusion about the outcome. Letswalo says while he's willing to appear before Parliament to respond to evidence by witnesses, he will only do so where sworn statements have been provided and that all supporting documentation considered by the inquiry should also be provided to him. ZB says when considering last week's testimony from the Special Investigating Unit that Letswalo had been unresponsive in assisting in investigations, it can't allow him to dictate to the committee when he will present himself.
The committee is of the view that it has the oversight authority to conduct this inquiry.
The committee will now write to Letswalo to inform him of dates when he's expected to appear to respond to the testimony given. Lindsay Dentlinger, Eyewitness News, Parliament.
President Cyril Ramaphosa has praised government efforts in advancing social justice over the past 3 decades. He was speaking at the 7th Social Justice Summit held at the Cape Town International Convention Centre this morning. This year's summit focuses on food security and exploring ways to ensure that all South Africans have access to proper nutrition. Ramaphosa highlighted that social grants have played a key role in helping vulnerable groups access food and essential nutrition.
Now, studies from the Department of Social Development show that the overwhelming majority of SRD recipients spend the grant on food. The Department of Agriculture is leading implementation of the National Food and Nutrition Security Plan to coordinate national actions towards food security.
And in Madagascar, military leader Michael Randrianirina has been sworn in as the country's new president. The island nation's constitutional court formalized the appointment today in a ceremony. His appointment comes days after a military takeover, which resulted in former President Andry Rajoelina fleeing the country. Randrianirina has insisted that the takeover was not a coup, pointing to the constitutional court's backing. Gold is trading at $4,325.76 an ounce. The rand is at 17.39 to the dollar, 23.36 to the pound, 20.32 to the euro, and Brent crude oil is at $61.06 a barrel.
Well, at this stage in the Sunwood Park area heading towards Brakpan, we have those roadworks causing delays on the N17 eastbound between Rondebolt and Carnival City. In Edenvale, also bumper-to-bumper traffic heading towards Bedfordview, R24 westbound between Edenvale Road and the Gilulis interchange. And in Calvin Alex area heading towards Midrand, we still have roadworks slowing down traffic. N3 northbound between Marlborough Drive and the Batlu interchange.
It's a partly cloudy Friday in Gauteng. Temperatures have peaked at highs of between 26 and 28 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour, a KwaZulu-Natal police officer has handed himself over to the Hawks. It's suspected he was involved in the murder of a crime intelligence official last week.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
You're with Relebogile Mabotja.
Live, streaming countrywide
On the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
Minutes after 2 o'clock, the second and final hour of 7:02 afternoons with me, Relebogile Mabotja. And we are going to be jumping into the upside of failure, one of my favorite features of this show. And today we are joined by multi-award winning songstress, iconic diva, Ms. Judith Sephuma. Get in touch with us, 011-883-0702, SMS us, 31702, tweet at Relebogile M, at Radio 702, using the hashtag 702 afternoons, and the WhatsApp line 072-702-1702.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
The Upside of Failure on 702 is brought to you by F&B Premier, celebrating 25 years of helping you live the Premier life. Ms. Judith Sephuma is in the building for the Upside of Failure. Calls on 011-883-0702, the WhatsApp line 072-702-1702. Why have we never done this before? I'm like, why have we not done this before?
I'm laughing because of how you're so excited. It's like, something I don't know.
No, I'm excited because the reason I love interviewing people that I know is because I always feel there's sides to public figures that the public doesn't get to enjoy. So I almost feel like we are gifting the listeners with something different.
And it's important that they know that we also have got issues of some kind.
Can I tell you what I remembered just now?
No, don't tell me.
Guys, oh my God. So I met... Guys, I met Judith
please.
many years ago.
Behave.
I think we were introduced by Labella Dani.
Yes.
And the one time I remembered that it was her memorial performance or her tribute.
Yes.
And I made you get on stage to sing with me. Do you remember what we sang?
Remind me, please.
I think we sang with all my heart.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You always like making me sing that song, actually.
Nitambeka.
Yes.
Oh, my God. I just remembered that and I was like, I go so far back with this woman. And then, of course, Afro Cafe 7 million times.
Oh, yes.
But I just have to say, before we get into I will always remain a fan of your work. I've had so many artists, up and coming artists, do covers of your songs.
Yeah.
I have continued to love you even from your transition from jazz to gospel.
Yeah.
Your gospel is very jazzadelic to me. Just with what you do with the the harmonies and everything. So let me start with that and say yo Rata rati.
I love you guys. Rata rati.
Too much.
La ra.
Do some of your fans know that you're naughty?
No, they don't know. I knew
you
were
are
naughty. I am very well behaved today. I'm trying. I've got makeup on. I just don't have red lipstick on.
But the reason I say this is I feel like you've got the most fun, playful side to you. And because jazz is such a serious genre, that when you started, I don't think people understood what your age was back then.
No, I didn't even know.
How old were you?
I'm still 16.
When you came out with Fly Away, My Heart Don't Despair, you were actually young.
Yeah, I was. How old was I actually? Do I even remember? But I know it was after I went to varsity, I think when I was 23. And then maybe a cry came out when I was like 26, 27. I don't know. What's that? Now we have to go count.
Yes.
I honestly have not even thought about the age that way. But it's been a while.
But the reason I thought about it is because the branding is everything. Because when you came out, obviously how we brand has changed and evolved.
Yeah, it has.
But I feel like the branding and the genre aged you. But it's like we forget you were in your 20s. You were in your 20s.
I was.
People your age were like, Mama.
Yeah.
Literally, not knowing you're the same age.
They didn't know. So everybody actually now when they meet me, they're like, yo, are you Judith Sephuma's daughter?
What?
Yeah, they ask me that. I promise you, until today, I get asked that question. Are you Judith Sephuma's daughter? And I have to say, no, I'm not. Sometimes I say, yes, I am.
So you don't have to deal with what's going to come after.
Yes. But a Christ Melody Dance is actually 23 years old, 22 years old now, or 23.
Wow.
Like I say, I don't like counting, but I know Sony Music called me.
Yes.
And they said to me, listen, we're doing an anniversary. And we are celebrating 20 years of a cry. We want to give you an award. And that was 2 years ago, I think. So it is 22 years old. So it's amazing. It's exciting. It is inspiring. And it's also a lot of fun.
I get goosebumps just like thinking about it for you.
Yeah.
When something is your baby, and you write and you pour, you gave us an anthem because for many years people were playing Mama, and then you came with Memotswati.
Yes.
Now we have a song for Mother's Day.
Yes.
We don't have to play Tupac or Boys to Men.
Sure.
So it so speaks to how. I don't say that like just as a thing to say. When I say you're iconic, you really are, because I've had opportunities to work with you a number of times. I've been on stage with you. You are so much fun to perform with.
Thank you.
And you are a performer's performer because you did the live thing properly and fully.
Yes.
I almost feel like you have been through so much that also people are not aware of that you've overcome.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, growth. Yeah, what we go through in our lives forces us to grow. Whether be it when you release an album, it doesn't sell well, or whether you lose a child or something, or you're driving, you have a car accident, and everything helps us grow. And I believe now that everything happens for a reason, for a purpose. So you just have to pick what you want to come out of that situation. I'm one of those I always pick. Or you can tell me, this thing is not gonna work. It's not we can't see a solution. I'll be like, give me a minute. There is a solution here. Because I know we've got, we have so much power within us. We don't even know how strong we are as people. So we go through quite a lot of things in life, and then we forget to learn how to grow from those situations. So I don't know where you're gonna go with that question or what you were gonna say or ask me, but I know what I have grown. You become when I talk about growth, I talk about being strong. You get, and I don't want anyone to tell me you're strong. I don't want to hear that. But
also, we're tired of being strong. We want to be flowers.
Yeah, So sometimes when I talk about growth, I'm talking about overcoming that situation, but being able to turn back and talk about it because you know that you are a living testimony for someone else or for yourself. We never stop learning from ourselves. I think I was so actually glad the other day. I think I'm my kid's role model.
Yes.
And you know how beautiful it is for your children to look at you as, who's your role model? My mom is my role model. And how they talk about me. They talk about me as if they're talking about someone else. But then I'm like, actually, this is me. And I'm not aware when I do certain things because I think I give, all credit to my mom because my mom was exactly like me. My mother just raised us well. But she also raised us how to be strong and to learn how to overcome. But today, don't tell me, you're strong, I will cry. No, I don't want to be strong. I am tired.
As long as if you say I'll cry, you will smile and dance.
Yeah.
It's 18 minutes after 2 o'clock. We continue when we come back.
You can become a victim of a legal problem, wrongful arrest, assault, uncontested divorce, rental disputes, maintenance matters, or labor problems. It can happen to you. Clientele Legal provides tough professional lawyers for an affordable monthly premium. Our legal team is standing by to assist you 24 hours a day. Join today. SMS Legal to 48721. That's legal to 48721. Clientele General is an authorized FSP and licensed non-life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
Brush, stroke, paint, color, protect, and admire. From roof paint to exterior textures and interior silk, Warrior Paints has it all. The product range and stylish colors are amazing. And what's more, Warrior Paints has crushed prices for incredible savings. Enjoy that good old-fashioned personal service you deserve. For price, quality, variety, and service, Warrior Paints is street ahead. Warrior Paints, affordable, lasting, luxury.
Tata Punch, take me there.
Take you there.
To the ground clearance that lets you rise up to every adventure.
I'll take you there.
Where your infotainment touchscreen connects to your next move.
I'll take you there.
To the story lit by bold LED tail lamps.
I'll take you there.
Whatever there is, wherever there is, let the all-new Tata Punch take you there. From only 244,900. T's and C's apply. Ta-ta-ta-ta.
Do you live in an estate, complex, or sectional title scheme? The Community Schemes Ombud Service invites you to the Seesaw Sindaba 2025 on the 23rd and 24th of October at the Canvas Riversands Fourways. Join the Minister of Human Settlements, Thembi Simelane, alongside government officials, industry experts, and key stakeholders as we explore the future of harmonious living in estates. Register today on seesaws.org.za or on our social media platforms.
Your office is more than just a place to work. It's a reflection of your success. At Desk and Chair, we help you elevate your workspace with locally manufactured desks and a wide range of chairs to suit your style and budget. Our expert consultants are with you every step of the way, from planning to delivery and assembly. Visit our showroom in Midrand or shop online at deskandchair.co.za. Desk and Chair. Think, feel, work better. He's the boss, the legend, the man whose music defined generations. Now, his story hits cinemas in Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, from 24 October. And 702 is giving you the chance to win big this week. We're celebrating the icon with 2 truths and a lie. 3 facts about Bruce. One's not quite true. WhatsApp the keyword Springsteen ZA to 0702 702 1702. And we could call you to play every day next week. Spot the line and win 2,000 Rand cash, exclusive pre-screening tickets, and a shot at a collector's vinyl package every fan will envy. Tease season more on primemediaplus.com. Only on 702.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
21 minutes after 2 o'clock, the upside of failure with Judith Sephuma. Get in touch with us, 011 883 0702 in the WhatsApp line, 072 702 1702. Earlier on, you were just touching about the growth thing.
Yeah.
And I actually wasn't going to mention it, then you mentioned it, about losing a child.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you know. Yes, it's so weird how memories just come up.
Yeah.
I was with Rami when
yeah.
it happened. Like, I was physically with her.
Really? Wow.
And we were rehearsing for her Afro Cafe performance.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Rami Chweni and Judith, they kind of know each other.
Yeah, we kind of know each other.
We've
met.
Yes.
And
I just remember being like, yo.
Yeah.
But now that I'm a mother and ma'am.
You can't even imagine it, right? Yeah, and it's funny talking about it now. It's like, okay, that thing happened, so it happened. And at home, all of us, we have moments whereon we remember, and then as someone is getting deeper, hey, let's go pray.
Yes.
Snap
out of it.
I don't know swimming, so that was, it's another growth lesson, and like I say, when I talk about us being a living testimony for someone else, I mean it. Now I can talk to mothers who have lost their babies. I know what to say to them.
What do you say to them? Because in as much as they see you living, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like you say, oh, you're so strong.
Yeah.
But we know with grief,
there's no strength.
You can be triggered tomorrow
There's
as
no
if
strength.
it just
Yeah.
happened.
Yes.
What do you share with mothers who have lost their children? Something that is, and not to say that any death is something we get used to, but your own child is extremely unnatural.
Yeah.
And it's an innocent life.
Yeah. I will tell them, you touched a bit on it. I think firstly, I can never tell you to accept or your child is gone. It's the hardest thing to do. But those words you have to hear. And you have to hear, they make sense when someone has actually gone through it. If I tell you to take your time, take your nobody must ever rush anybody into mourning their beloved. So taking time and mourning your child means that you have to mourn, cry when you think about them, talk about them. When you can't talk about them and you want to sleep the whole day, sleep. But you need to know that there's gotta be that one person you can call and talk to about it, because bottling it in is a problem. I let go of the death situation very quickly because I decided. I made a decision because I had seen the journey, or what is it? And when it happened, it hurt. We went through the but I think on the day of the funeral, I kept on telling myself, oh no, I gotta let go because this is gonna destroy me. Worse, because you've got other kids. And I had to snap out of it. Then you're holding other kids and you're comforting your other kids. When I'm alone, I'm like, okay, now it's hitting hard. Because now you're starting to think about the pregnancy. You're thinking a whole lot of stuff. But I would say to them, letting go does not mean forgetting. You're just letting go of that pain. And letting go of that pain now and then helps you to let go of the pain. You cannot live with pain. We're not meant to live with pain. Pain will kill you. And it might not even be a physical death. So pain is the worst enemy to a person.
Have you, I know you've shared on social media this story, but have you ever actually spoken publicly about the loss?
I speak to people about it, but I've never spoken publicly about it. But if I got an opportunity to do that, I would. And I would do it in a way that it becomes sensitive to my family, firstly. It becomes sensitive to me because that's also another journey of healing. We don't stop healing, by the way. Once you lose someone you love, we don't stop healing. But stopping healing means maybe you're not being fair to yourself. So writing about it, singing about it in a beautiful song. I remember when Bali passed on, I wrote a song called Palisa.
Yeah.
And the way I wrote Palisa is I switched it because I remembered how good she made me feel when she was alive. And then I started thinking, what did I learn from her being here and her death? I put the two together and I was like, actually, I get a sense of joy. Because also what helps me is that I love God. I walk with God, I sleep with God, I'm a God child. So I know how to pray, to turn to God, and I know how to let go because I just pray a lot. But writing about it, knowing that you are a living testimony for someone else, there is no way you are going through something for yourself. Never, ever, ever on this earth. You are going through something for yourself, for your children, and for someone else. Someone is going to go through what you're going through, but in a different light. You're going to know what to tell them. So I wrote Palisa, and I remember the joy she brought and how she changed my life. That little thing, I call her that little thing, that little baby, that little girl, she changed my life.
And she was 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 3 months.
She was 3 months old. Yes.
Yeah.
So she made me realize, what you have now, tomorrow is not promised to no man. So you have that moment now. So live it as if today is your last day. And then pray and trust God for it is not your last day. Because that's what it is.
How do you speak to the other children about Palisa? And how do they speak about Palisa to you?
I've got this young boy who just, sometimes he loves playing my music. I think that boy knows my music more than any of my kids. I don't actually even think all my other kids know my music, but Sihle knows my music because he'll even tell me, Mama, I can't find the song on iTunes. I get so bored. I'm like, why you want to listen to my music? I'm like, why are you asking me about that song? I haven't even listened to that particular song for a while. And when you want to listen to it. But all my kids, they've got an old soul about them. And I don't know where they get that from. They're very smart kids, loving kids, very kind kids. I've never once felt like I want to live without them, move out of the house, go somewhere, But at December, I feel like they should all go though. They must all leave. I just asked last week, what day are you closing? And when are you closing? And then I made arrangements. So they have to leave. I don't want those kids at home on the 5th of December. I've made it very clear. If they think I hate them, so be it. But you're leaving my house.
But I think it's important because only now I'm seeing more and more women speak openly about, you were a woman before you were a mother.
Yes.
And you still need to have time to hear yourself think.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
These little people,
listen, Manabaja, they eat. These little things, they eat. And some of them are big. Let me tell you, have you ever walked into the kitchen and then your son is making 4 slices of bread and then they're making maybe like 4 or 6 eggs?
Oh my gosh.
You're looking and you're like, and this little thing is 12.
I get remind his phone.
Yeah.
He can already eat a pack of noodles and then still come eat on my plate.
Yeah, of course. And then 20 minutes later, he's hungry, right?
No, then it's a banana, then it's some. So I've been warned, but I must budget 2 loaves of bread per day.
You're on one now. So now we freeze them bread. No, you want bread, guys, come to Judith's house. We've got to check us in that house. So, and when I'm angry, I tell my kids, hey, I can only check us. I can only check us. And I've started buying all these because I've never gotten my kids used to drinking the Coke and all that. I don't buy them that. So the day I find it in the house, I know what it's gone. And I don't even know who bought it. I'm like, who bought this? Okay, who finished it?
And they didn't even invite you.
And they didn't invite me, so it's either oroso or forget it. And it's oroso.
This is the part of Judith people don't know, that old school side.
Orosi. And we'll start on trial on just like 100% fruit juice. When you whack, you'll buy your own. Right now, Mona, I will buy it and hide it under the bed if I have to for myself.
No, but when we come back, I'm going to ask you a pertinent question to what you just said. It's just after 2:30. Time for your latest Eyewitness News headlines. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Relebogile. A very good afternoon. A KZN police officer has handed himself over to the Hawks today. It's suspected he was involved in the murder of a crime intelligence official last week. Constable Sibonelo Ngidi was shot dead after being confronted by a suspect who had blocked off a road in Marion Hill in the west of Durban. Police Minister Senzo Mchunu has told members of Parliament's ad hoc committee that he was of sober mind when he issued the directive to disband the Political Killings Task Team. Mchunu is continuing to give evidence before the committee, which is probing allegations of police corruption. He emphasized his reasons for disbanding the task team, saying he received several complaints about that team. And it's still unclear whether the Western Cape government will go ahead with its plan to extend the taxi route closures between Kylie, Chamfuleni and Somerset West. Provincial Mobility MEC Isaac Siloku published a notice of intent to extend the extraordinary measures to close these routes and lanes for a further 30 days. The closures were initially put in place following deadly violence linked to a feud over routes between Kata and Kodeta in the recent months. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 3 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Well, at this hour in Sunwood Park, Boksburg, heading towards Brakpan roadworks, still causing huge delays. Expect about a 30-minute delay on the N17 eastbound between Rondebolt and Carnival City. In Brakpan, there's also slow-moving traffic heading towards Benoni. That's on Rangeview Road between Dube and Tom Jones. If you're heading towards Bedford View, that's in the Edenville area. Expect some delays on the R24 westbound between Edenville Road and the Kilulis interchange. Also, roadworks still causing some delays. This is in the Calvin Alex area on the N3 northbound. That's between Marlborough Drive and the Butler interchange. If you come across any other traffic issues, please WhatsApp us on 072-702-1702.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
702. Serving the 702 family in 702 land, including those of you in Krugersdorp. Krugersdorp is the site of an 1880 gathering at which more than 6,000 men vowed to fight for Transvaal's independence. Following the discovery of gold on the Witwatersrand, Krugersdorp was established as a town in 1887. Treason trialist and SACP leader Yusuf Dadoo was born in Krugersdorp, and Brad Binder, the first South African to win a MotoGP championship, is also from Krugersdorp. 702. Let's walk the talk across 702 land, including Krugersdorp.
This is the upside of failure on 702 Afternoons with Relebogile. Brought to you by F&B Premier, celebrating 25 years of helping you live the premier life.
Mzansi, Powerball has reached a staggering 150 million rand guaranteed jackpot this Friday. Only 3 times in history has Powerball reached such jaw-breaking levels. Be in it to win it by playing Powerball for the guaranteed 150 million rand jackpot today. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120*7529# for USSD. Panda, Pusha, play. Players must be 18 years old or play responsibly. E2 is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
Mom, Dad, you're not gonna believe this.
What's up, bud?
Luke's family has a kitchen.
Okay.
Like a real one, with knives and a sink for dishes. His mom was just standing there, making food with her hands. There was a fridge full of vegetables, even broccoli.
Not broccoli.
Oh, the horror. Who needs a kitchen? Simply spend 200 Rand or more and you could win Simply Asia for a year. T's and C's apply. Simply Asia, connecting the Thai way.
The future of mobility is here, and it's powered by clean energy. Join business leaders, policymakers, and innovators at the NEV Summit 2025, taking place on 22 and 23 October. Together, we're driving Africa's green industrial revolution, building new industries, creating jobs, and positioning Gauteng as the hub of sustainable mobility. Visit evsummit2025.co.za nev.co.za to learn more. The NEV Summit 2025, driving Gauteng towards a green automotive economy. Coming up
On 702 Drive with John Perlman.
702 Drive with John Perlman is coming up from 3 to 6 p.m. John, happy Friday. How are you doing?
Happy Friday to you too. Doing well.
What's coming up on your show today?
So, coming up on the show, the suspended Minister of Police has been in quite an arm wrestle in Parliament at the ad hoc committee. We're going to get the very latest on that, but there have been some, I think, quite awkward moments. He has also said that the president agreed with the disbanding of the political killings task team. It will be very interesting to hear what the presidency has to say about that. Sports Minister Gayton McKenzie has written to SAFA saying he wants a detailed report over the yellow card fiasco that could have cost us a place at the World Cup. SAFA President Danny Jordan on Wednesday said, "We've put this behind us. We're not looking into it. There's nothing to see here." Not so, says the minister. So that's going to be something we're going to look at. And then our weekly feature, Song, a Book and a Dish, we have Dr. Chris Smith.
Oh, wow. Absolutely lovely. I'll be tuning in for that one. 702 Drive with John Perlman coming up from 3 to 6 p.m.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
Coming back to love, where it all began. The music in my veins is where it belongs. Time and chance waits for no man. Life finds you, takes you back to love. Never can I stay.
Yo, back to love. We continue the upside of failure with Judith Sephuma. Can I just tell you something now? I cannot get over your tone. Your tone is just, it sits in the most beautiful place in your voice. It is effortless. You don't need to push. You're not belting. You're not doing those. You're not doing those. Like, it is so, it's intimate.
Thank you.
It is intimate.
That's all I can say. Thank you.
Oh man, I really was wondering about something, especially for singers, musicians, creatives who find themselves leaving spaces that maybe started as their musical homes, or even ended relationships or marriages that had very a big influence on their sound and their career. How did you do the new chapter thing? Because I think some people, as soon as they leave whatever it is, the stable, the marriage, the career can die. And in your case, you have been through years of being in the public, people knowing your business, but you're still doing it.
Now I'm hiding my business. I am hiding. So let me tell you, and it wasn't even that before we were like, I was like, here it is. See me, take it. No, it wasn't like that. I don't think even any artist, well, maybe some, but I don't think artists that I know intentionally do that. But let me tell you about being an artist. Being an artist means that you have an identity. You have to work for someone else. But I think I had my own sound. I identified what I wanted a long time ago. And then the producers modify it. That's how it's supposed to be. But if you're going to tell me your idea, your heart, your blood, sweat, and tears and say, this is it, do it, I'm going to give you, then one day, 10 years down the line, you're going to discover who you really are. Your sound is going to come out and everybody will actually say, wow. So I identified who I was from listening to music, from, being involved with, for example, when I went to varsity, my professor threw me in the deep end. I would be singing like the deepest standards ever.
As in your jazz standards.
Your jazz standards
yes.
from your Ella Fitzgerald,
Yes.
your Nina Freelon, your Nina Simone, and your Billie Holiday. I come from that background. And with that background, anything that I was trying to write could not actually come out because I wanted something else. I could sing it, I could hear it, but I couldn't bring it out. And then, but because of working closely with Uslailo and being in class together, including Jimmy as well, we kind of like grew into identifying each other's sounds. But how I interpreted music was so special back then. It was so special that they would all want me to sing their songs. So my identity was solidified back then. And then as time went on, A Cry, A Smile, and A Dance came out. We already knew what Judith's sound was. We just had to record it and put it out there. Now, that does not change who you are. No matter what you go through in life, that cannot move. That will never cause confusion. So with the new album, I was so surprised. I know we're going to get to it at some point, but since we're here...
Might as well. Yes.
What had happened was... So with the new album, When Winter Fades, I promise you, I wrote some of these songs maybe 2-3 years ago. Then I sat with them. Every time when I listened to them, they made sense. And they felt right. And they were relevant. Nothing drastic. And I didn't want to struggle when I sing a song. I don't want to struggle. I keep telling people, one day we're going to be 70 years old. You're going to miss the bridge. You're not going to remember the bridge of a song because you wrote such a complicated song in a little augmented.
I've seen Alicia Keys' videos where she's like, why did I write this in this key? And we can hear it in her vocals. She struggles in some of her own songs.
Absolutely. So Nache, I'm smarter than Alicia Keys. I am so smart.
You kept it within the simple range.
I don't have to struggle to do anything.
I love this advice.
I just have to sing. And singing doesn't... When you over-sing, I think you're trying to prove a point. I don't want to prove any point anymore. I just want to sing. And I never even tried to prove a point. The challenge is when you go to gospel. Musha Pangdi. Yeah! You open the vocal cords. They have to open. I'm not choice. You can start it slow, but let me tell you. Woo,
when you go to gospel.
Yeah! Please, this microphone will burst.
I think also with gospel, there's a different pressure for a spiritual experience. And I think your vocals naturally had it. It's music you can close your eyes and be transported somewhere, anywhere.
Absolutely.
Different realms, different galaxies, wherever.
Takes
and
you
now
on a journey.
Now with gospel, if you now are booked for a gig, people want to feel the Holy Spirit when you sing.
You have to even fall to make them show. You see it? I am rolling now. And if I'm rolling, it means, listen, Jesus is coming now. So you better start rolling or doing something.
Do you add?
Listen, if it means shake, whatever it is you have to do. But Nache, and you know what? Unfortunately, this is what happens out there. This is what we see, and this is what is being perceived to be gospel, but it's not.
Yeah,
I love sending a message through, and I think after this project, maybe next year Easter, I will have a gospel album out. It has to be out. It's coming. It's gotta happen. And let me tell you, I don't want to struggle even there. I'm going to one day be 70 years old or 80 years old. These vocal cords must carry me until then.
You recorded Madi.
Yeah, Madi Akonyana, yes.
So for me, Nakibomang, your version is the one I play on repeat.
And you know what's the most craziest thing is that when you hear Madi Nakibomang or Tlomoya or Halalela or Kisikule Kijesu, you know it's a Judith song, and it's a hymn, so people can relate those songs to me, which is what I'm talking about: identity, the uniqueness of how you sing, you being content in your sound and your vocal arrangements and vocal range and how you transport your melody from one note to the next. That is what gives you a very strong identity. That is going to be solid, and it'll last a long time, a lifetime. And that's what, I'm striving for. I just wanna be singing. Listen, it's not that we can't do the no, we do them. We do them, but I just choose to. I'm thinking ahead, unlike Alicia Keys.
Oh
I am
gosh.
thinking ahead.
Did I not tell you guys Judith is naughty and spicy? I love her to bits. I want to quickly take a caller. Now from Pretoria. Okay, now from Pretoria. For some reason, I can't answer Neo's call. Let me see. There we go. Now from Pretoria. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good, Neo. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Mom Judith. How are you?
Hi, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm very, very, very good.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling in.
Yeah. I just want to say that your music is.
I'm not sure. I think there's an issue on our system at the moment. We're going to take a break and then let's give Noah an opportunity. I see your voice messages and your voice notes as well.
Breathe in, insurance. Breathe out, pineapple. In, insurance. Breathe out, pineapple. Again. In, insurance. Out, pineapple. Again and again.
Pineapple FSP 48650 is underwritten by Omart Insure Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP.
Fellow taxpayers, make tax matters a number one priority by submitting your personal income tax return by the 20th of October 2025 deadline. Once your tax return is submitted, you'll receive a notice of assessment stipulating if there's any tax-assessed debt due to SARS or not. Should you owe, it's crucial to settle tax obligations on time to avoid any penalties or interest charges. SARS, at your service.
The Wits School of Governance develops leaders and innovators who reimagine governance, strengthen institutions, and drive inclusive growth across Africa. Your journey to impact starts there, from postgraduate diplomas to masters, PhD programs, and executive education tailored for today's wicked problems. They equip change makers in government, civil society, and the private sector with the tools to lead boldly and with purpose. Governance matters. Visit wsg.ac.za and apply today.
To celebrate 25 years of helping you live the Premier life, FNB Premier is giving you a chance to win a 14-day European tour experience and other cool monthly prizes. Open any FNB Premier account from September to 31 December 2025. Switch your salary, swipe or tap a minimum of 2,000 Rand per month for 3 months straight. Spend and win with FNB Premier. FNB, help changes everything. TCs and competition rules apply. FNB, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
11 minutes to 3 o'clock. We continue with the upside of failure with the phenomenal Judith Sephuma. And your messages, calls 011 883 0702, the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702. There's a message that says, Relebogile, guess what? Judith is my favorite. My son is in South Korea. When he's homesick, he plays Fly Away My Heart.
Wow.
Don't. Oh, we cry. And Mpulele. Halala. My favorite is in studio. Another one says, Relebogile, I'm so glad that you have host Judith on the show today. My late uncle bought me a Cry Smiler dance back when I was 19. And I've been in love with her music since. I hardly miss a Judith Sephuma concert when it's in Gauteng, especially Pretoria. She is phenomenal. Janice Terry in Pretoria. Relebogile and Judith, thanks for a beautiful and profound interview shared lightheartedly. Sephuma, you have done and continue to do a lot for humanity. We are grateful. Best wishes, Dr. Philemon Mahuma.
Wow.
Afternoon. Thank you, Judith. You made my day. Reminded me I'm not a normal or a bad I'm not an anomaly or a bad mother when it comes to food for kids. She and I are the same WhatsApp group, Oros, freezing bread, etc. So I said I was going to ask you something now.
Yeah.
Are you the mothers who say, I'm not going to buy, it's Oros in the house or tea or whatever, ne?
Yeah.
No 100% like I take it, but do you buy for visitors? So if I come to your house, what am I drinking?
Let me tell you, they know. Oros.
Oh,
Would you
is
like
it?
Yes, honalo oros, and we make it very nicely. We will even little maises. I will put strawberries if you want us to. I don't care. If you want us to put mint leaves, we'll put mint leaves.
As
But
long as
that's
honalidi
what-
ice.
honalidi ice. We've got beautiful jars. If you want us, whatever jar we will put it there with beautiful proper glasses. But one thing I can tell you is I take my kids out for dinners in a restaurant. We go. You can have your three-course meal. I think that's very important for us to do for our kids. You don't want your kids to go and experience it one time for the first time, and they're like whatever age, and they've never been in a restaurant. So we celebrate birthdays. Either we have a splash out at home, or we decide, okay, we're going out for a restaurant this time. Especially Harabanokari, they have expensive friends, taste and stuff. The list is getting longer. Then we stay home, we braai at home. If it's just us as a family, then we go and we celebrate milestones as well.
Yes.
Now they started the writing exams this coming Monday. I've got a matriculant. He's in matric. He's Kimu. I'm sitting on his neck. If I see him walking past the passage, I'm like, are you studying?
Don't be those mothers.
I'm like,
he
what are you
literally
doing?
just went to the toilet.
Yeah, even if it's not him, I'm like, Sile. It's not me. I'm like, okay. And I'm like this with the teachers on WhatsApp, and they talk. When there's an online anything, they let me know. Communication is, we just gotta support our kids. Hey, after this, all I want is his paycheck. First, it must come to the mother. Tithe to me. Tithe to your mother. Remember me. I don't care how much I want it. I will go with you to go collect it. If they're transferring it that day, I'm at the bank with you. Yes, I want to see something.
Oh my gosh, I am so dead. Your voice notes are coming through on 0727021702.
Yeah.
Listen, hi, Judith. Wow. So, I think like 13 years ago, 13 years ago, I was an office photographer, and Miss Judith was the first celebrity I ever shot with. I still even have the pictures to this day. She was so kind. I was beside myself. I fell over. I at one point the battery was not working. She's like, hey, look, calm down, relax, take your time. She's so calm. You see how she speaks? That's how she speaks with everything, and I'll always appreciate her to this day. Wow, I'm so happy to hear that she's doing amazing. Ashley from Centurion.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Hi, Relebogile, Nora here in Heidelberg. Oh, what a legend you have there.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. You had no idea that she's got such a fabulous sense of humor. Talking about if she buys the 100% juice, we put it under her bed and pour it for themselves.
Yeah.
It just took me back to my grandfather who used to give us. We used to keep the cremora under his bed, and he would pour for us like a tip of the teaspoon. Great interview. Have a lovely day, ladies. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's how it is. Listen, times are tough.
Bona.
Hey.
Bona.
I actually have and I'm not playing, guys. These things I'm saying, they're happening. This is a reality of what's happened. My kids will tell you, but they'll tell you, I am the most, I'm understanding. I'm also hard. I'm not just okay. I don't just allow things to happen.
No, but you're a Limpopo queen.
Yeah.
So because North, you traveled all this way to Gauteng. Ne? There are certain things that are within you that just remain as Mopedi.
Yeah.
That I recognize. It feels so homely.
Yes. And then they mustn't blame me. They must go find my mother and ask her what happened. No, it's not my fault. I'm my mother's child. And it worked for my mom.
I have to ask. I mean, you have spoken so much about growth.
Yeah.
I'm not sure for you, and I said it off air about aging and just stopping to care, right?
Yeah.
When people are bullying us about nonsense. Ne?
Yeah.
With all the things that you've journeyed through and experienced, what would you say is really the biggest lesson you've learned about failure? And I don't necessarily see certain things as failures, but in that context, right?
Yeah.
Where you speak out, you're at a stage where you're like, so what if I got divorced?
Yeah.
Now I'm dating.
Yeah.
So what if he's younger?
Yeah.
So what if this, like, you're working out in the gym?
Hey.
How did you get there, and what's the biggest lesson you learned about failure?
I think this word failure bothers me so much because I think I will look at it as, I will say, life experiences teaches you to either be hard or soft on yourself. So now I have learned I mind my own business so much, and I do me, boo. I really do me. I do me. I love me so much. And the most beautiful thing about this is that if you came into my space and we're just chilling at home, you will love the space, whether we are at home or at a friend's house, because we are so real like that. So what I've learned in the past is not to respond to things that don't affect me.
Also, like,
it's
so
not
many
my-
things are not your business.
It's not my problem. If you have a problem with what you think is my problem is not my problem. And this is not arrogance. I'm just time, growth has taught me that. I should do me, boo. Like,
I will never stop loving you. I'm so lucky you're a phone call away from
Yeah.
me. I'm coming
Thank
for
you.
that oros in
Yes.
December.
Hey,
and
when
I
I-
want the mint leaves. I want alles. Peach
Oh.
slices, everything.
you will get in the most beautiful glass.
And then there's a message who says, the humor here I'm driving. As for tithe to me, this conversation is the best. Judith Sephuma, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
To celebrate 25 years of helping you live the Premier life, FNB Premier is giving you a chance to win a 14-day European tour experience and other cool monthly prizes. Open any FNB Premier account from September to 31 December 2025. Switch your salary, swipe or tap a minimum of 2,000 Rand per month for 3 months straight. Spend and win with FNB Premier. FNB, help changes everything. TCs and competition rules apply. FNB, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
The clock is ticking, Mzansi. The Powerball jackpot is at a jaw-dropping 150 million Rand and is up for grabs this Friday. That is today. Play now for your chance at one of the highest ever recorded jackpots for 2025. Buy your tickets now in-store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial star 120 star 7529 hash for USSD. Pounder Pusher Play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
Spar brings you super savings. Get 200 gram or 230-gram Nescafe Classic Coffee granules or Doi pack assorted for $129.99 with Spar Rewards, or 2 liters Spar Full Cream or low-fat ultra-pasteurized milk for $31.99. Save 5 Rand with Spar Rewards. Price is valid 8 to 20 October 2025 while stocks last. T's and C's apply.
Year in, year out, we're fixing tires faster than a Formula One pit crew. My team is on top of things like tire whisperers. If an unforeseen accident were to happen in my workshop, at least I've got My Way business insurance to keep the wheels turning.
Visit myway.co.za or dial 0860 64 64 64 and get a quote today. My Way is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's, C's and standard rates apply. My Way. Live your way.
The motor racing event Cape Town has been waiting for is finally here. Get ready for the Speed Classic Cape Town. Over 140 historic cars, race cars and supercars will compete in a full throttle showcase of motion, sound and style. Experience the ultimate speed test as the legends of yesterday meet the icons of tomorrow. The Speed Classic Cape Town takes place on Philip Khosana Drive on October 25th and 26th. Get your tickets at WebTickets today.
Have a beautiful weekend, folks. It's 3 o'clock.
This is EWN.
Negligence and excessive speeding behind the recent Limpopo fatal bus crash, and rival Cape Town taxi associations under pressure to find peace. Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. A preliminary investigation has found that negligence and excessive speeding were behind a fatal bus crash